Hello guys and welcome to Dragonball I Wonder episode 5. Today I'm going to be talking about what I've always wondered about Frieza's race. Now, one thing I've always wondered is what is Frieza's race? And this is one of the questions that I've been thinking about along with others the past few years, like who's Goku's mother and, you know, where is the Saiyan's original home planet and so on and so forth. You know, are there any more Saiyans still around? But this is one of the questions I've been wondering. And that's the thing, we go into detail in the series somewhat about some of the history of the Saiyan race and the Namekians, but we never learn about Frieza's race. And, you know, unlike Boo and Cell, he wasn't like an artificially created being. You know, he was somebody who was born and, you know, from someone else. Now, there's recent information that's been revealed about Frieza and his family and where they come from. According to Akira Toriyama in a recent, I think it was Sakio Jump interview, you know, the same one that that talked about, Goku's mother being Gine. Toriyama said that Frieza is basically a mutant, and that he is born from his father alone, according to Toriyama. That basically means that, at least in Frieza and King Cold's case, they reproduce asexually, so we can probably rule out the possibility that they have females, at least, you know, among Frieza and King Cold's group of mutants. But that still leaves a lot of questions. Like, first of all, what is Frieza's race? I mean, he said a mutation, but a mutation of what? I mean, it's like, for example, in Marvel, you know, you have mutants, but we know where they come from. They're mutant humans, you know? I mean, you know, the characters in the X-Men, they're still human, but they're mutations of regular humans. So they're still human, they're just mutants. So it's kind of like that, like, that's only answering part of the question. So they still haven't answered like who Frieza's race is, and even though the interviewer asked him specifically like what is Frieza's race and so on and so forth. Now, of course, we do see other examples if you're willing to count, you know, just you know, various source materials aside from the manga. Now, of course, in the manga, there's only two. There's King Cold and Frieza, and if you're willing to count Toriyama's other work, there's also Kuriza, who is Frieza's son, who I didn't even know about until a few years ago. But there's also Cooler, and if you're willing to count him, Chilled. I mean, this further complicates matters because, for starters, how many mutants of Frieza's race are there? Like, is it just those two, or do the non-canon characters count, or, like, see where I'm going with this? Is pretty confusing. And again, even if Frieza and King Cold were the only two, that still doesn't explain, like, what race they originated from. I mean, sure, they're a mutant, but, again, a mutation of what? Of what race exactly? Now, a lot of people thought that Frieza's like an Arcosian or something, but there's no evidence of that, and I'm sure Toriyama would have mentioned it at least once. I mean, he remembered Raditz and everything, and he hasn't been around for quite a while, so I figure that if Frieza had anything to do with the Arcosians, they would have said something. They also keep calling them Frost Demons, but again, there's no evidence of this. So I guess the official explanation probably is that Frieza and King Cold are mutants, and anyone in their family are also mutants because they're abnormally powerful too. And that's another thing Toriyama said, that mutants are unusually powerful for their race and evil. Well, anyway, that's all I want to talk about today, so see you guys later.